What's up, you guys? Welcome back to JSig Poker, where I give you guys tips, tricks, and strategies on how you guys can get better at PLO. And if you guys want to play in a really cool club, go ahead and hit me up on Instagram at Acoustic Shredder. A description is in the bio, or name is in the description. They got all types of games from 5-10, low stakes, high stakes, PLO. They got tourneys. Tourneys have been juicy. So definitely hit me a ring and I'll get you guys in. No cash out fees or nothing stupid like that. All right, but today I'm going to go ahead and review the 25K PLO Championship starring Seth Davies here. And first hand we get Cipolla just flatting from the small blind with Ace, King, King 8. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Yeah, there we go. All right, yeah. So Lee opens on the button, pretty loose open. You know, I wouldn't raise with that hand. Minimum, maybe Queen Jack 6-8 because it's all connected. But whatever, it's fine. It's a tournament. You're on the button. But yeah, Cipolla makes a flat call with Ace, King, King 8. Definitely going to 3-bet that, especially in a tournament. But he does go ahead and lead out with his middle set on an Ace, King, Deuce with 2 diamonds on there. Seth Davies in a tricky spot with top 2, not loving it because essentially Cipolla is repping a set. But yeah, he does go ahead and make the call. They're pretty deep here, so no point in raising. You're not going to get it in versus anything that you beat. And a brick 2, expect Cipolla to keep firing here. It's possible Cipolla has hands like Ace 5X with, nut diamonds or something like that, or a set of 5s. Ace 5 with diamonds. But yeah, again, no point in raising here. Can't really fold because you unblock all the nut flush draws. So I think this is just a mandatory call if you're Davies. And it also really depends how Cipolla is playing, right, you guys? Because if he's super uber tight, you got to be real concerned. And we'll see what happens on this river as to why that's important. But yeah, river is a 10. Doesn't really change much. Queen Jack gets there. But does Cipolla really have a lot of Queen Jacks in his range just leading out? Could he have like Queen Jack 10, X, or 5 with diamonds, like a wrap with the nut flush draw? It's possible. But would that really be in his small blind flatting range? Probably not. Unless he has like Queen Jack 10, 5 double suited. But yeah, he does go ahead and bet pretty big here. Blocking Ace King and having a set and unblocking the draws, I like to bet a little bit smaller to try and get calls from like Ace 5 or Ace Deuce or maybe even King 5 or King 10, Ace 10. But yeah, Davies does make the fold rather quickly. He must have had a read on Cipolla, thinking that it's pretty tight, not 3-barreling very often. So good fold by Seth Davies. I think well played by both. I would like to see Cipolla bet a little bit small in the river to try and target weaker hands, but hey, it's fine. Next hand, Simao opens Ace, Ace, 6-3 double suited. Very nice hand. Lee folds with Ace Jack 6-6. I honestly would prefer to see a call there with your nut suit, but it's fine. Firth completes, and Davies makes a pretty loose call with Ace King Queen 9 offsuit rainbow from the small blind. I don't like that call, especially being out of position. Aces, kings, queens dominate you, and you don't have a suit. So, yeah, it makes it tough. Samau gets a really nice board here for his double suited aces with a gut shot and a backdoor flush draw. On this particular board, I like just betting pot and getting it in. Even if someone has you beat, you can still hit an ace, 5, or running diamonds. Yeah, but he bets 110,000. I don't like it because you let so many hands in there, and there's so many bad turns. It's really going to be hard for you to navigate the rest of this board. So I just like potting and putting max pressure on anything, like any pair with any draw, any pair, like, you know, pair with a bunch of 2-pair outs. You put a lot of pressure on those guys. But I don't like that. Turn is a 6 of hearts. Firth has queens with... he actually blocks 3-5 and 8-5. And this actually might be a really good card to barrel. Because what is Samau opening from, you know, middle position that hits this board? Nothing really hits that board if he's going to open from middle position. Unless he has a hand like 5, 6, 7, 8, double suited. You know, or ace, 5, 6, ace, 5, 8, maybe. But he decides to lead Firth, and he goes ahead and makes the bluff. I do like it. I like it a lot. He just bets pot and wants to get it in. Yeah, you put Samau in a lot of tough spots if he has a hand like 7-4, ace, 7, deuce. Any overpair with the pair and a straight draw, it's a really tough spot. Kind of just got to fold if you're Samau here. I mean, if you decide to call, you kind of just have to get it in and pray that he's got some crazy draw, because there's so many bad rivers that you have no idea where you're at. But that being said, he does go ahead and make the call. And river comes in a 10, right? And Firth puts them all in. And Samau folds for 300 grand to win a 2.1 million chip pot. Huge misstep. He's going to hate himself when he watches this hand over again. He's going to wish that he just got it in on the turn. Firth got away with one there. I mean, that's one of the best bricks in the deck, because, you know, I mean, all the hearts missed, all the straight draws missed, most of the straight draws missed. You unblocked 5x. I mean, if you're going to call on the turn, you may as well just call the river. But he does decide to fold. If he would have won that, he would have been at 2.1 million chips, and now he's pretty much last place. So, yeah, that one pot just could easily swing things in his favor to potentially win this tournament. But that's how it goes. Can't play perfect, right? On to the next hand. All right, so in this hand, let's see what happens here. Christopher limps in with king, queen, 6. I like it. I don't like bloating the pot with weak kings, but at the same time you can limp call and set overset someone, cooler someone. But Cipolla goes ahead and ISOs with queen, jack, 9, 8. Where is he? From the cutoff. Honestly, I just like limping in here, because you really don't want Christopher to limp. I mean, if he limps jam, you're not too mad about it, because stacks are still pretty deep. So I guess it's fine. It just really depends on how Christopher's playing. If you think he's playing weak, you could definitely ISO this and try to win a lot of dead money. But yeah, Sean Winter goes ahead and 3 bets to 450k, essentially pot committing himself here, and his range is heavily weighted towards pocket aces. So, and if you're Cipolla, you cannot possibly fold. Doing very well against aces. Not a good flop for Winter. Whereas Cipolla flops bottom 2 with a gut shot. Yeah, you got JNandez commentating. Yeah, and he says, yeah, 1-1 SPR. You pretty much just got to go all in if you got aces and pray. If you have an ace of clubs back there, it does help you a little bit because got a backdoor flush draw. Let's see what he has. Yeah, and if you're Cipla, just can't fold because you know Sean Winter's range. Looks like Sean does have aces. Yep, ace, ace, jack, 3, 2 clubs. He's actually 28%, not so bad because he's live to hit a king or a running 3 or an ace or running clubs. But yeah, obviously not happy. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Cipla fills up with the 8. He is he's running good so far, and he does this. He does stack Winter, so he's big chip leader at this point. Not too many big pots, but let's see what happens here.
But on the other side, you also have to take a stance sometimes against the bully at the table and trying to win this tournament in some ways or the other. And that's probably the dynamic that we will see developing here over the next couple of hands. One of these players will have to take a stand. Otherwise...
Ooh, very nice hand with Firth. Definitely going to open this. Aces. He must have won a big pot. Ooh, if you're Lee, this is a very, very interesting hand to have. You know, you're about, what, second to last? There's some ICM here, so you really don't want to bloat the pot unless you have a really, really super premium hand. That being said, if you're big stacked, you might go for a 3-bet. But in this case, I do just like calling because Davies is behind you. He's shorter than you. And you definitely don't want to bust before him. So I do like calling for, because of ICM. If it's a cash game, I would prefer to 3-bet that hand because it's all connected. It's deceptive. You cover a lot of boards you wouldn't normally cover, you know, with hands like aces or kings. But yeah, good play to just flat. Flops top 2 on this board. Very nice hand with the backdoor club draw. Firth flops. I mean, he just has an aces. You know, I would prefer if you're Earth just to check this back and go to showdown. Reason being, look at how many straight cards can come on the turn that just kills your hand. So I do like checking and just playing some pot control, especially because you're chip leader. You really don't need to do a whole lot. But he does decide to bet. I don't like it because if Lee check raises, you kind of just have to fold because you're so deep. And you know Lee knows Davies is short, so you know he's going to have a really good hand if he check raises here because of ICM. Does that make sense to you guys? Yeah, he does decide to pot it, and he's committed. Yeah, 565K, only has 740K. Yeah, and if you're Firth, I mean, you can't just call. You got to go all in or you got to fold. I prefer folding. If you fold, you're still the chip leader. If you call and lose, then you're down much further, about 1 million chips behind Cipla. So I don't like this, but he does decide to go all in, and he's got some cojones. But yeah, Lee looking in good shape, good shape here.
Is there a scenario in which Firth can get away from this with the flop? I think there is. It's a math question more so. Lee had quite a bit behind on the flop. It wasn't just the pot size bet against the pot size bet. You just can't get away from these aces. He did have more behind. But it's hard to figure out these mass spots in PLO. Stack sizes change all the time.
Yeah, JNandez was saying the same thing I said, because they're deep.
And after all, he still has 26% equity, so this is definitely not over.
Yeah, still 26%.
That's the common theme in Pot Limit Omaha. It ain't
Yep,
over
the common
until
theme.
you lock the doors behind you. And right now, Firth has some opportunity.
But yeah, now he's looking really good with his gut shot, 2-pair, and a flush draw.
For Lee, except a flush draw. So the ace of clubs is no good for Firth, and the 3 of clubs is also no good.
We lost the graphics here, but we can see the cards on the screen.
And he
King of
does
Hearts
double
is the
up.
board.
Very nice hand by Lee. Very well played.
Breaks in a
Very, very well
double.
played by Lee.
This is a very important part for Lee. It allows.
Yeah, you guys, so that is it for today. If you guys like this video, hit the like and subscribe button if you learned something. Next video, I'll be going where I left off and trying to finish this whole thing off and at least covering all the biggest hands. I'll also start to review some of my sessions that I've been playing on the GG Poker app. I mainly play 5-card and 6-card PLO. And I mainly play 25 cent, 50 cent, and 50 cent dollar. But these games run every single day. Look at how many PLO games are running right now, right? And they're all juicy. Look, 2.5 to 3.6 right now. I mean, you guys got to hop on right here. All right, so definitely hit me up, Acoustic Shredder on Instagram. Again, my name is in the description. Until the next video, peace out, you guys.